I think it would look very nice, huh? Nice. Okay guys, so I'm going to meet my friend today later for an event, and I'm planning to give her either like an earring I bought or this kind of necklace. And this one's for my coworker later on, maybe this one. But I'm definitely giving her a scrunchie like this because I bought like 3 or 4 and they're so gorgeous. Like this one is so unique, I think. It's like made of like chiffon material, so feminine and dainty, and it has these little pearls. I think it's so gorgeous. So I'll give this one to her.
Not a board position and role. All in favor? Thank you. And thank you, Adrian, for continuing as secretary.
My mentor too.
Yes, exactly.
I don't here in this building. Like, I just ate with my friend.
You ate with your friend?
On Monday. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Uncle met another person It's 2 people in a row just while trying to grocery shop.
Yeah, I can't remember.
This guy's
Pizza
korokke. I'm doing this red bean man one. Alright. No. Huh? Crowded? Yeah. Okay guys, I got these leggings from TNA. The cost, this high rise 7/8. The color is Chasm. I don't know if that's the color, but yeah, this is size small. Start to work out in these today.
Yeah, to what we'll be speaking to and introduce our presenters. So we're going to start off with our youth council one-on-one session, and this is going to be run by Adrian and Jen. They put together these incredible slides.
Jen and I were both so excited to present and introduce you all to the really wonderful youth council. These are a few words that came to mind when I was just reflecting on what youth council is and what it meant to me over the past year. So I think for a lot of you previous members and also the new members, it'll probably spark different words, but this is what came to mind for me. So we're all across Canada. I think we all believe in a better future, a more sustainable, impactful, equitable future. We're all advocates and change makers and diverse in different ways. So our mandate as a youth council is just to mobilize young people to learn about and support Plan International Canada's mission. We act as advisors, influencers, and ambassadors in different kinds of ways, and we provide recommendations on different opportunities that exist for youth across Canada because we're all located in different provinces, which is, I think, the really unique part about Plan's Youth Council. Also advise Plan on effective youth integration in the organization, and we also speak with other influencers and decision makers in and across Canada to advance basically the mission, which is to advance the rights of children and equality for girls globally. Next slide, please. So this was a really fun slide just to symbolize what happened over the past years. And this isn't everything. These are just a few highlights that happened in the past year. First, in the left corner, we have the logo. So we voted on a new Plan Youth Council rebranded logo, which again looks really great. And then we have some youth council wins. So this is a slide that Zane actually presented in one of our meetings. So it might be hard to see because it's a bit small, but if you can squint, we basically had a lot of our youth council members take part in different amazing events and opportunities. So we had things like a podcast, we had a blog post that we worked on, some of an event, which was really great. And I think some of you also participated or watched some of the Youth Summit events. We also had workshops. We also had some come up and be published in articles. And so that's just a photo of when I presented at Plan International Canada's quarterly programs meeting. And there were 100 staff there, and they all were so supportive of the Youth Council. And so it was just fun to represent like youth council and who we are, and you can see how supportive they were in the chat if you can see, but it's really small. And then we also use different like writing skills, communication skills, MC and public speaking, presentation skills, and really I'm sure that all of the new members will also do so many great impactful things in your own ways in the next year as well. And just at the top right or in the middle, that's just a screenshot of our video introducing Youth Council this year. Hopefully some of you have seen it, but it's just such a cool video. And the expectation is to dedicate approximately 1 to 3 hours weekly to the council. It can be more or it can be less, depending on the opportunities and the engagements that are happening in that month. The tip is just to be prepared for the meetings, provide your perspective, because everyone here has you have your own lived experiences, you have your own skills, so just provide that input. And so one tip for that I have is just to ask questions, which I think Zayn and Rafia mentioned earlier. We're all really friendly, everyone's really friendly, and I think everyone's just happy to help out because we were also, for the previous members, we were also once in your shoes as new members. So just ask questions and stay engaged on whatever platform Plan's Youth Council is using, whether that's Teams or whether that's email or other social media channels. And also another responsibility is to provide input to Plan's work as an ambassador to your region of Canada. So Jen's going to speak more on this role, what this entails in this specific role. But the last few points is just to help develop agenda and facilitate workshops, also to initiate, develop, and implement projects on youth advocacy. So to me, Youth Council is not really just a seat at the table, but it's really a chance for you to bring your voice to the table and voice out your opinions and make Youth Council and Plan International Canada even better. Next slide, please. Okay, so just briefly, we're going to go over the 3 main roles that you will have and will take on as a youth council member. So the first one is as an advisor. Personally, being an advisor means that, again, we all have our own knowledge and we all have our own experiences. So we use our voice to guide Plan International Canada to integrate these kinds of perspectives. And basically, you're bringing your own unique youth perspective to the programs and to the activities at Plan International Canada, because, again, we're a group from across Canada, which is so unique. Our youth council over the past year, we've had a chance to advise on a lot of statements. Also, we advised Plan staff and leaders on toolkits. Also, some messages. We just brought our perspectives. I think some of us also like Bambia also advised on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Everyone should advise, I think, just be yourself and engage whenever you can. And meetings are a lot more fun when everyone asks questions and everyone participates. So is just representing the youth council and in youth council spaces and outside youth council spaces. So something that was really cool for me is like I was just like walking down like the street in my neighborhood and I saw someone wear a clan vest. So reaching out to them, letting them know I'm part of the youth council and how cool it is what they were doing. They were doing door-to-door collecting donations and so forth. So really engaging yourself in the plan community, even like outside in your own spaces, and as an individual and as an activist in your own right. Like as a council, yes, we do work collaboratively, but this is also a good opportunity. Like I find to invest in myself in my own journey. So really carving out what your own personal goals are and just making sure that you master their cool opportunities. In the slide where we mentioned WINS, that Adrian mentioned WINS, I had the opportunity to speak on education for refugees with another organization called WAS. And then influencer, I feel like an influencer is like pretty, like, I guess our generation has kind of got what it means to be an influencer. Obviously, influencers take up different spaces on social media. But like mentioned before, it's about sharing your voice and your own unique experience. Obviously, like the council has its own identity, but we all come with our own specific identity that helps build what that is. So using your own voice, your own experiences, I find like especially with like speaking opportunities, I get caught up a lot on like what's the right thing to say, how do I say it, am I educated enough to speak on it? But a lot of it is just asking you to share your own thoughts and reflections on whatever topic you're speaking on as an influencer. It also shows that people invest in your thoughts and your ideas and your voice, and you also influence how other people speak. It doesn't necessarily have to be strangers, it could be your friends, it could be your family, it could be community members, but really taking ownership of the power, especially as like young people. The one thing I notice in these spaces is people love to listen to young people, especially donors and people who are not young people love listening to young people. So it's a really good opportunity to, I guess, harness the power you have because you see the world completely differently than a lot of decision makers do. So they do need our input. Like federal ministry to talk about COP26, like an environmental international conference with different world leaders. So they came and had a conversation with some of us youth about our thoughts and our ideas on COP26 and some goals that the Canadian government should move forward with. So it was like go fearless and go knowing that like when it comes to strategic planning, the ideas like can be as big or as small, especially when you have the vision of a global scale. I know something that previous council did that I got to witness was participating in Women Deliver. And Women Deliver 2023 is coming up, and it's a huge opportunity. I believe it's being held in Rwanda. It's a huge opportunity for us to really like imagine what Plan International and Plan International Canada looks like in that space. So maybe there's other opportunities, but
Thanks, Jen and Adrian. I think that was so well said. I don't know if you folks could see me. I was like nodding so hard because it was just so well done and said. So one, there were so many wins last year. There were some that weren't even on that slide. So we did CSW, Commission on the Status of Women Training. There were COP dialogues. There was a social media post that the Youth Council created for COP before I joined. The amount that you put in is what you're going to get back. This is a good segue to my point one. I wanted to thank you, whether you're coming back or whether you just joined. Again, being an advocate does not mean you are changing the world and picking up the garbage by your nearby river or fundraising. Like it just means that you are passionate about taking action. You're passionate about an issue. Education to me is the biggest form of advocacy, and all of you displayed that in various ways, which is why you were selected. For context, there were over 50 applicants, and I know that the number was even, I think, a little bit higher even last year. So folks that are rejoining.
Alexa's dreaming.